Guys, GlasgowTCG here. So, as some of you probably know, we were originally Buddyfight Glasgow, which sort of died off in our heads because we all kind of grew out of favour with Buddyfight. So as you can see, we have Star Guardian Jackknife here. So we're going to do something, I'm going to do something a little bit different from what we normally do. So normally we just like update things as they come along. And so obviously with Buddy All-Stars release, we haven't really had anything. We've done a box opening that I believe got put on the channel. It wouldn't be me that put it up, but I can't remember. So I've updated it from Buddy All-Stars, and then obviously with the new set, Mikado Evolution, coming out as of Friday, I believe. So I'm going to do 2 videos. So one will be the before, and then the second will be after. After, I don't know how long that'll take. It depends how long it takes me to get the secret packs and everything. But there's going to be a sort of before and after, sort of what happened, what did I not like, etc, etc. So this is Star Dragon World, Star Guardian Jackknife build. So Buddy is Star Guardian Jackknife. So he has a call cost of pay 1 gauge. When this card enters your field, put a monster. What's the wording? When this card enters the field, put up to 1 monster from your drop zone into this card's soul. He is a 5/3/6. He is your main Neo Dragon. So Neo Dragon is what the deck is based around. It runs Dragon Arms. It's like mechanical dragons almost. So like that comes in the theme sort of thing. So we run 4 Star Guardian Jackknife as you would expect. So I've went through that. That can swiftly get moved aside. So next up, I run 3 Jackknife Superior Plasm. This is used as another Jackknife target, is my instinct right now. It's amazing when it goes off. Like you pay 2 gauge and you revive 2 things while getting a body on board. It's really, really solid. But we'll see what happens come the new set, because obviously there's a new Jackknife coming out which seems busted. So we'll see what happens. And also, if you have a red Superior Plasm, I would happily trade you, because I don't like odd things and this really aggravates me. So next up, I also have 2 Star Guardian Jackknife SD. So it's a 2/1/3 size 1. Act. Call a size 2 Neo Dragon from your drop zone on top of this card by paying its call cost. So if there's something in this card's soul, it just comes on top. So you also get the example, you get a Superior Plasm on top of it. So the Superior Plasm has to call to open spaces, so that's why you put your other Dragon Arms into the soul of into the SD, and then go Superior Plasm and then call, and then you've got what, like 4 soul. It's really solid. I'm not sure if I would bump it up. I'd potentially like to, but getting a hold of these silly expensive cards sometimes is really, really aggravating. So I'll move on to the last non-Dragon Arms card that is a monster. So I play 1 Maziria. I really, really like Maziria. Like, I looked at it when it first came out, pay 2 gauge and put up to 2 spells from your drop zone into this card's soul, double attack, soul guard, lifelink. And I was just like, it seems mediocre. But then you think, oh, I'm just going to sit on a wall for like 2 turns. With 5k defense, it's not exactly, it's not hard to hit, but not easy to hit at the same time. So yeah, there's one Maziria. I would play Omni Drum if I owned a spare one. And yeah, that's about all I have to say at the moment. So there's one other size 2 in the deck, which is a Dragon Arms, hence why not being involved with that sort of area. So I play 1 Dragon Arms Elgar Cannon. So it's a 4/2/5. If it is in the soul of a Neo Dragon, it gets +1 critical, +1 critical and 2000 power. So you might not see this ever again, in my opinion. It's not, because it's a, if this was a size 1, this would be a 4 of in every Star Guardian star deck in general. Because it's size 2, it's a lot harder to get on your field and get in your soul of your cards. Like, the only way to do it is through Star Guardian Jackknife. And sometimes you want utility with your other cards, sort of thing. So next off is the size 1. So we moved down them then. So we've got a 2/2/1, size 1, Dragon Arms Radiant Alma. So it is an act. If you have 6 or less life, and this is in the soul of a Neo Dragon, you may pay a gauge, and if you do, that Neo Dragon gets double attack for the turn. Wait, hang on. Yeah, for this turn it gets double attack. So 4 is overkill in my opinion. It's a late game card, but you need to see it. It's sort of your win condition, sort of sits in that sort of bracket. Moving along, I play 2 Dragon Arms Winchest. I'm not going to try. It is the item popper. So this may come in the new set, might hit the side deck. So obviously you want that item hate. It's good. It's a 3/2/1 body, size 1. So 2 crits nice. Can be called alongside your jacks. This is one thing I've not seen in anything, is Dragon Arms Charger. So whenever this card is put into the soul of a Neo Dragon from either your drop or your field, you may pay 1 gauge, and if you do, you draw a card. I really like this card. The deck it sometimes has an excess of gauge. This gets you a card for putting a card in its soul. So it's really, really nice. Sits well in my deck at the moment. I enjoy it. Like, it's the time I've called it, and like, because I don't want to cross knives because I don't need to draw or something like that. Next off, I play 2 Dragon Arms. Not gonna attempt it again. I'm just going to give up with actually saying names. So this is the +2000 defensive. It's in the soul of a Neo Dragon. So the way that cards get in the soul is through cross knives. So cross knives is a skill that you just go put it in the field and go and cross knives. Essentially, like what old Cerberus used to do, but it just put a size 1 or less from the field into its soul. It's sort of like that, but like it's the other card it's put in. So it's a 3/1/5, size 1, and if it's in the soul of a Neo Dragon against +2000 defense. Again, whatever Mikado Evolution brings, this may change. This is what this profile is for, the before and after. So 2 Dragon Arms Vogel, I can say that one. So I've got a 4/2/1. This card is in the soul of a Neo Dragon. Neo Dragon gains move, and this also has cross knives. So every Dragon Arms has cross knives, that I believe. So it just gives move. It will come out as of new set. That's the only thing that I know, because there's a new weapon that gives every Dragon Arms move, every Jackknife move. Next up, we hit the size 0s. So this is a 2/1/2. This card is in the soul of a Neo Dragon. Nullify all abilities of an originally size 2 or less monster that is in battle with your Neo Dragon. This ability cannot be nullified. I didn't know that second bit. So this effectively, it goes Jackknife, attack, negate Soul Guard is the main combo-ish of the deck. Well, main use of this. Just easy removal, stops the mirror match example if you're playing against variable card. Lastly, we have the newest and best edition in my opinion. So it's the size 0, 2/1/2 again. So it has counter. Act. When your opponent casts a spell. No restrictions, only when it's a spell. So no restrictions on attacking, monsters in center. All it has to do is be in the soul of a Neo Dragon. So you may put this card from put this card from the soul of your Neo Dragon into your drop zone and pay 1 gauge in a life. If you do, nullify the spell cast. So it's almost a game ender. So you go attack for 3, remove from soul, pay a gauge in a life, and you cancel the blue dragon shield, for example, and you win the game. This may go up. You may see it bump up. We'll see what happens. I don't have a clue. I haven't really looked into this set much, as I don't know if I can afford any. So that's why I haven't looked into it much, because it just gets me upset sometimes. So we'll move on to the spells. These will be fairly simple. Earth Barrier, counter nullify the attack, and gain a life if you are being attacked. Blue Dragon, Green Dragon Shield clone, but only when you're being attacked. Now we have the Blue Dragon Shield clone, Proton Barrier. Exactly the same concept, but it gauges, and it can only be used when you're being attacked. Next up we have the Speculate Ring. I've never read the name of that card. So it's the 3/3 slapback. It's the Dragonic Drago Energy clone. Exactly the same thing, but only hits your Neo Dragons, which is the aggravating bit. It doesn't affect you. Like if you have a Dragon Arms on field, it cannot be used. It's only a Neo Dragon, which is the only restricting part in it, and it's very, very aggravating. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish it was just a Star Dragon card. Next up, I play currently 3 Dragon Arms Factory. So as a cast cost, I've discarded Dragon Arms from your hand. Again, it's not good in my opinion at the moment. I'm really disliking it. So discard a card, discard a Dragon Arms, and draw 2 cards. You can only use it once per turn. It doesn't plus you anything, it just sort of gets Dragon Arms in your drop zone. So what would have made this card a lot better is if it didn't have the once per turn clause on it, because you gain nothing from it effectively, you just cycle through your deck a lot quicker, which would have made Star Dragon a lot better in retrospect. Like just having 4 of this to go ditch, 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 that's almost like a 10th of your deck gone just from doing this. And it's a really nice concept, but they never done it. So next up I play currently 2 Sudden Wormhole. So pay a gauge, you may only use one of the following abilities. Call a size 2 or less monster from your drop zone with paying its call cost. Or counter, call a size 1 monster from your hand by paying its call cost. It has two utilities. So it can bring back your jack that you're missing, so you don't draw into a jack and you're like, oh, I need a jack, so I'll pay a gauge and call back a jack. So it's effectively a 2 gauge jack, but it gives you another target to have a jack. And then the second ability is sort of like a Mac Braver effect, but doesn't retarget. So I'm also disliking this, but we'll see what happens. Next up, 2 Starjack boosts. So you may only cast this if you have 7 or more life. Put the top card of your deck into gauge and draw a card, and you may only cast this once per turn as well. It's okay. Like I see it, I play it. It's a gauge and a draw. It's almost Dragon Emperor Legend, but slightly more restrictive. Well, it is restrictive. Dragon Emperor Legend doesn't restrict, doesn't do anything, but it's okay. Like it works. It's there. Not complaining about it. Next up, I play 3 Cosmos Saber Gold Ritter. Again, 5,000 power, 2 critical. Equip cost of pay 1 gauge. This is really, really nice. I do like this card a lot. It gives the deck some consistency that it used to lack without hitting a jack. But then again, that also got fixed when the new set came out and there was 2 more jacks that came out. So that was really nice. Like the reason I hadn't done a profile on this before was I didn't think it was good at all. like I'm really enjoying this deck, and that's the reason I do profiles, because I like the decks. So it has two effects, both of which are really useful. One is more pressuring, and one is just adds consistency. So the consistency one is discard this card and pay 2 gauge. Oh, discard this card from hand, sorry. It makes a big difference. And sets your deck for a Jackknife card. Well, a monster with Jackknife in its card name. So you can search for Star Guardian, Superior Plasm, or SD. Normally you search the SD because you can then bring back a Jack from drop zone without sort of restricting yourself and how many Jacks you have left in deck. And then the first effect, well, the second effect, which is first on the card, is if there is 3 or more cards in the soul of a card on your field, this card gains +2 critical. So it's a 4 crit weapon, which is kind of nice. Can't complain about a 4 crit weapon. And then lastly, and we play 2 Radiant Punisher. Again, it might get upped, might get bumped. We'll find out when the new set arrives. You may only cast this card if neither you nor your opponent has a monster in your center, and you have a size 2 or greater Neo Dragon on your field. Not hard conditions to meet, I don't think. It's one of the better impacts that I've sort of been using lately. So it deals 4 damage and it can't be nullified, and the damage can't be reduced. So it is a game ender unless you're playing Dungeon that plays Glory Seeker, or there's a Star Guardian. There's a star card that revives yourself to 1 life by doing something, but I can't remember what. I thought about it, and then I think it gauges a card when a Dragon Arms enters the field or something, which could be an option actually when I think about it. But that's been the deck profile so far. So what will happen is this will be uploaded before the release of Mikado Evolution, and after I get all the stuff, which hopefully isn't too far in the future, maybe a couple of weeks, when I've got a chance to play the deck, modify it, and play it comfortably, because like I had this built maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, never got a chance to play it, then started to play it and then actually like modify it a wee bit to how I like I added in this Miseria because I really like Miseria. So like I waited a while till I was confident in the deck. So far, like I updated my dungeon and like they have fair matchups, which I found quite surprising in all honesty, because this has no way, like it has the shields, but it has 8 shields. It has no like actual defense in the main deck. Like obviously there's cards in the side deck which clearly will come in that sort of matchup to hit the Tetsuya sort of thing. But this has been the deck profile of Star Guardian Jackknife .deck. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you again with the updated version of Star Guardian Jackknife.